Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrong, and I am coming to the student body. Okay, so in this particular session, what I want to do is explain to you in a detailed step on what I need to see when the work is completed. Now, like I said earlier, maybe to some, but now I'm saying it to all, this first week is my lax week. This is the week where I let you, kick the tires, look at the new car, see what's good and bad about it so you can learn how to navigate in this world. Starting next week, which will start tomorrow, I expect you to know everything that you have to do to complete your assignments. No excuses, people. Watch this video and watch it over and over again so you can make sure you understand what you need to do to get your assignments. Because come next Sunday, if the work is not in right, you will receive the grade that you put in there. Whatever you put in, that's what you get graded on. So remember that. So this is the video log that you have been waiting on. For those of you who really haven't caught on to what you need to do. So let's get the work done. The first thing is, as you can see, I already clicked on assignments, right? Now you have two types of assignments within here. Now you have more assignments, but the two types that I'm gonna focus on is, of course, packet tracer and labs. These are entirely two different types of assignments, people. You have to do the labs one way and you have to do the packet tracers another way. So let's work on the labs. When I think of lab, hopefully I am one of them studious students who know to go into Netlab and read the material. So let's log into Netlab right quick. So I'm going into Netlab. As you can see, it's already pre-selected in my web browser, and then I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Now hopefully you read your book. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you are not reading through the chapters, you are completely lost. So as you can see, I'm typing in my username. Now this will be blanked out when I send this to you, but you know I'm typing in my username. And then I'm gonna proceed to type in my password. Like I said, hopefully you are one of those students who are actually reading through the chapters. You cannot be successful in Cisco if you're not reading through the chapters. I don't care how many labs you do, I don't care how many packet tracers you do, if you're not reading through the chapters, you will not be successful. Okay, you'll be successful in this class because you got the work done, but you will not go into an IT organization and become successful without reading through this chapter. So as I told you before, all you have to do is come right here and click on course content. That's chapter 1 to chapter 3. So once I click that, I am teleported into my book. And this is where I begin to read through the chapters. Now, as you can see, I'm scrolling through the material. I see a video here talking about how to use packet tracer. When someone emails me and say they don't know how to use packet tracer, I know they haven't went through this video. I know they are not reading through the chapter. And that sort of upsets me because you want to waste my time when you can go in here and learn the material. But don't worry, because come next week, you're going to see a different professor. Okay, moving right along. So that will tell you all about packet tracer right there. This next video will tell you how to get started with packet tracer. Come on, students. Why are you emailing me talking about what you got to do and when all you got to do is read the material? For those of you who are not doing it. For those of you who are doing it and reading through the material, kudos to you. You are definitely on top of your job. Okay, now we're reading on. Now we have a packet tracer right here to do. Logical and physical model exploration. So this is a packet tracer you can do. And if you just upload this packet tracer, although I didn't put it as one of your packet tracers 1.0.5, I will give you credit on it. And if you say to me, Professor, where can I upload it? Upload it with the first packet tracer you had to do. Put both of them in there and then clearly write in the notes. Hey, Professor, I did that packet tracer. Can I get some points for that? See, I'm a good professor. Then you click next, okay? And you read through the material again. Here is another video. I told you in class, go through these videos. I wonder how many people did it. Well, I don't know. And then you continually read through the material and you click next. Now I'm gonna stop right here. At this point, a student who is actually reading through the material is a student who knows what to do. A student who is not reading through the material, you're confused and you're showing your confusion. So if you want to work in this class and you want to make it to this class, I'm sorry, but I have to be headstrong on this. You have to read through the book, people. Okay, moving right along. That's my preacher stand. I'm through with that. Let's move on. Okay, as you can see, we went through these details in our lecture. We talked about this stuff. Answer these questions right here. When you get to these check questions, answer them. So you'll know what you know. If it asks you a particular question, you should know this information. Hint, hint. I'm going to test you on it anyway, because I'm going to read the questions off in our next lecture and ask you which one it is. Let's see what you say. Okay, moving on. Okay, moving right along. I'm being a little cynical, students, but I'm bringing it to you real. You only get this by reading through the material. You can listen to my lectures. I can explain to you how to do it, but that's really not going to give it to you. And as you see right here, you have another packet tracer. I'm going to come back to packet tracers later on, but I just want to get to the point of what you need to do a lab. Okay, so let me go ahead and get us to our first lab. Remember, I told you, you can actually click here, course index, and it'll take you to this particular screen here. When you get to this screen, all you have to do now is take the check out of all, come across here to packet tracers and labs, but in this particular case, I just want labs, to labs, and here it is your first lab. Now that lab, I'm not going to download because the lab I'm going to talk about is going to actually walk you through everything you need to do. So here's another lab right here. This lab navigates to iOS. I'm not going to go through that one. Okay, so here we go. 2.9.2. Now, if you come right here and click on this, it will take you right here. 2.9.2 lab basic switch and end devices. Now, you got assortment of things right here. You have a basic packet tracer, you have basic switch devices, but the one I want you to do is lab. So if I click on this lab right here, now people, this will pop up here, but you know that you can come right here and go into your Net I Relearn and click here, and it'll pop up here too. So I'm going to download this document to the desktop. Now, as you can see, once I click this document and click download, it drops down here to the desktop right there. Now I can sit up here and click on this and open it up. And in a minute, it's going to pop up. It popped up in my other window. I'm going to pull it over so you can see it. Now there's the lab. Now, I told some students, when you get a lab like this, just go ahead. You can see that it is in Word. So if it's in Word, I should be able to click somewhere and hit enter, and it'll let me insert material in there. Okay, and that's what you have to do. You have to put your screenshots in here. Now, once you have your lab, all you have to do is shrink it down and come over to Netlabs. In Netlabs, you have to In order to be able to do that work, you have to schedule a lab. So let's do that. I'm going to schedule the lab. I'm going to say reserve Netlabs for myself, schedule lab for myself. And then I'm going to walk over here and, of course, choose my course. Now, this is my world, so you're not going to see this, but I'm going to choose the course here. Okay? Now, there is the lab, 2.9.2. So all I have to do now is click on it. Now, it's two ways you can reserve some. If you can see my screen clearly, you may see a red line going across here. Okay, so I can go right up to that lab if I want to do the work right now and click on it, and it'll let me jump in there and begin to do the work right now. As you can see, it's scheduled and ready to go. So I'm going to say submit. Now, I'm going to walk you through some things. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click OK. I want to start this lab. It's letting me know that it's here. All I have to do is click enable. Now, like I explained to a student the other day, you have to let the devices initialize themselves. Meaning, as you can see, this wheel is turning here, initializing. So at this point, I'll say, go get a cup of coffee, go get some water, go do something, and let the devices initialize themselves. As you see right here, you got status, right? Once you click on status, it'll show you that the devices are still initializing. You can see them right there. So that's going to take a little time. But at the same time, you can click on your topology and see the work right here. But let's say I wanted to click on the content to see what I had to do. I would come here, click on that, and this will give me a readout of everything I have to do. People, this right here will walk you through every little step. Now, while you doing this, remember, you have a document over here that you gonna be filling out. This is the same document as that. So you're gonna move that document to your other screen, okay? So and I'm gonna sit them right next to each other. Now, one do look bigger than the other one, but you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna check status again. It's still initializing. Give it time, but I can come right here and read through the material. Now I'm gonna blow this back up because it's initializing. So this tells me everything I need to do. This here, which is inside of Netlabs, also tells me everything they're the same document, no different. So now let's check status again. Okay, still initializing. Don't lose faith, let it do its thing. But what you can do is start getting the preliminary reading out the way. So you start reading down the document, going through everything. As you can see, you're reading through everything. It's telling you the background. Now, people, I want you to understand, when we meet, I'm going to ask you about this background. I'm going to say, so tell me, what do show commands do? Tell me, what is the copy command? Tell me what ping mean. One of the things that I always do myself, since I know it's still initializing, well, it's done now. Everything is up and ready to go. So in the initializing, you see you have two switches. You have two PCs. So you know what you got in here to work with. So if I come over here, it says here the first thing is to go to switch 1 and click and type in enable. So if I click on switch 1, I type in enable. I'm gonna short term it just to see. And I did it. And that's what happened. So if I come back here, I can see this. Okay. Then the next one, it says config terminal, right? So I'm gonna come back to switch 1 and I'm gonna say config T. Remember, I'm doing it in short term. That took me to another level. That took me to the configuration mode, the config mode. Okay. So I can come back here and look and see that I see the same thing there. Then it gives me some information, give the switch a name. So now I'm gonna give it a name. Okay, so I'm gonna call it switch 1. So I'm gonna click on here, and then I'm gonna say, I think it said give it a name, right? Type it all the way out. So that's how you start configuring the switch, and you keep going down and you follow these commands. Now, you do not have to save anything in here. When this screen gets full, what I want you to do is take a snapshot. So I'm gonna go down here and take a snippet right here, and I'm gonna click new, and when that come up, I'm gonna outline this whole thing. Now I want you to pretend that this entire thing is full. Now once I do that, I can save this document, and then I can take this document once it's saved. Now watch what I do. I'm gonna save it with just a phony name, 123, to the desktop, and I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna close this, do this here, and go up here and just add this picture in. So what did I save that picture to? I saved it to the desktop. Now I can come here, and I see that I have a little space here. I can go get that picture and insert it right there onto this document. So I'm gonna go to desktop. I see the little picture there. I'm gonna say insert, and look how it drops in. I know you did the work because you put it in there. And all I have to do is just save the file, save as, give it a name. Preferably you'll put your name in there. I'm just gonna put anything in there. I'm gonna put it on the desktop, save it. And now that I have that, I can then come back into my iRelearn, and I'm gonna show you as a student how that will look. And as a student, I click start, and I can upload that document. Okay, now that wasn't a rushed way of showing you that. That was actually a precision step-by-step way. My expectations is that you will know how to do this process. There's the document right there. I can upload it, and then after I complete everything in it, the professor will be able to see it. So this here is actually how to do a Netlab's document and save it into iRelearn so your professor can see you do the work. So I'm gonna send this to you right now, and I'm gonna make a couple of more, and then I'm gonna do a lab with you so you can have that. So let me send this to you.